Good morning, ladies. It is, in fact, your old pal, Brian. 46 days before go day. I having company today, so I didn't go to the club. A follow-up to a concern out at the club turned out that the club president appreciated my sharing with him that a big turbine jet flew over the highway, not once but twice, once over my car. So he sent me a nice letter indicating that. Got a pollen alert in my area, shocking. The guy got suspended from flying his turbines for 30 days for flying them over the highway. Plus he got shamed. There's a group email that the offender got spanked. So there's that. Good morning, Miss Lisa. How are you this fine day? Wonderful. So yeah, he got the spanking. In an effort to not burn out on flying, I just kind of taking it easy today. So that was the big to-do yesterday, and the when I was still working some years ago as a wildlife officer, I had ratted out they were moving some dirt out at our club. And there's a protected species called gopher tortoise out there by number. An enormous amount.
Throttle active, flaps at low rates, stabilization off.
Hundreds of them. And a semi driver drove over one of their burrows, and it's illegal to kill or harm a gopher tortoise or run over their burrows. And one of the club members knows I'm a wildlife officer, and he's outraged. So I end up having to address it. In a meeting, the former club president.
Telemetry lost. Throttle hold. Telemetry recovered.
We'll call him asshole. Said, let's just kick him out of the club. Which did not set well with me. Now, I would find out later that it was a flippant statement, but boy, I tell you, I did not appreciate it. At all. So, I was a little reticent to report this one. Now, that former club president's gone, but I know how good old boy clubs work, and I didn't want to become a victim of that. So I gave it a day, and I'm like, you know what? The outcome's the same. If this prick who we just, not even a month ago yelled at people for flying over the highway, if this prick gets us fired from the club,
4 minutes.
Flying over the highway, we're out. If I get the boot because I offended somebody's buddy by ratting them out, and I'm out. Being out's all the same. Out is out and Z. So yeah, I had to take a day and think about it because I didn't want to get the boot. Didn't want to get the boot. Now having that boat right there kind of cramps my style, so I may actually for fun just go out in my front yard and try it again. I hate to have to get a PVC pipe and knock this out of a tree.
10 minutes.
Or lead weights. So I'm a little afraid of doing anything right here, because if she comes down too low, it'll be thunk. So yeah, a longtime friend of mine's coming over today, spend the afternoon with us, and I will then go to the club tomorrow morning. Eric's got an appointment with an electrician, so there will be nothing going on with him. I think Chad, the new guy, may be down there. But yeah, I'll go down and fly. I'm going to try to fly as much as I can while I'm still here, and then we shall see what opportunities present themselves whilst I'm on the road. I think I know the answer to that.
2 minutes.
Not a whole lot. But we'll see. I mean, you know, eastern United States is kind of bollocksed up, which is not completely true. If you stay on the western side of places like New Jersey and New York, you end up in a situation where there's a lot of woods. "46 days and counting," and what's interesting about that is that you end up I'm so sorry. You end up kind of having to do the crunch the last 2 weeks. And that's everything from walking around the house to pulling, you know, the
1 minute.
remote batteries. You wouldn't think that that'd be a problem with your remotes, but they gotta go. I just found a device the other day where, and I've never had this happen before, Duracells, they were so old that they had breached. I had to root them out of a remote control and then take a Dremel tool to the interior of it and clean out the contacts. Had a hard time getting them out. Guess eventually I need to start teaching myself to hang and that sort of thing, but we'll see. Not in a giant hurry for that skill set. Landing.
Throttle hold. Throttle hold.
Ducks. It's interesting. They
Telemetry lost.
there are basically two species of mallard. You'll see the domesticated ones there. They're not smart enough to run away from you. And then there are the wild ones. Guess how you know which one's which?
Telemetry recovered. Throttle active. Throttle active.
Take it off. Yeah, just do a hot swap here. So yeah, begin to shut the house down about 14 days out by taking all the remotes out, and I've got, you know, these different weather sensors that have batteries in them and different devices, you know. So you know, you shut down the refrigerator, make arrangements with the cable company to turn off the internet. Yeah, you just kind of start shutting the house down. Get with the neighbor kid who's watching the pool in the yard. By the time I get back, he would have his own car.
4 minutes.
And I'm hoping that that is the impetus for wanting to continue to work for me as the years go on. I mean, you do a little work over the weekend, mowing the yard, get up early, and you make sure that damn pool has chlorine in it, and you make $150 a month. That'll put gas in your car. That's you know, no taxi. You wouldn't think you'd have this much fun with a piece of EPP foam. You wouldn't. And it's really a shame because I think they're out of these things like permanently. Might go do a necropsy on Eric's Ultrix
3 minutes.
and start getting it ready for travel, or he needs new motors, and he's got them coming from Banggood. I'll try not to dumb thumb that into the lake. Edge. Really what I need to think about is carrying my big helicopter out to the club and just running it. You can put two 2200s together, that'll give it enough oomph to fly for a bit. I think.
2 minutes.
But that's all the news going on today. Luckily, I'm not out of the club enough to where, you know, somebody's going to look me up and go, "Oh man, you ratted me out." I'm only out there in the mornings. But eventually, my name's going to get out. There are no secrets. If one person knows, it's a secret. If 2 people know, it's information, right? So we shall see how that works. Yeah, this thing teaches you basic aerobatics. It's pretty amazing. Stay out of the trees.
1 minute.
So yeah, the itch got scratched this morning. I'll probably go back and cut the nacelles off of Eric's little aircraft. That's actually the hardest part. I'll probably leave the motors on just in case Banggood doesn't come through. That dude's got some bad luck. Him and my other neighbor, they have some amazingly bad luck. Had my other neighbor mail order something that I've mail ordered actually twice, and his didn't make it in. Whenever you have Eric do something, you can bet that there's going to be a problem. It's terrible. Got that black cloud. Landing.
Throttle home. Throttle home.
That was fun. All right, boys. Thanks for hanging out with me. See ya.